30 Minutes with Ron. Hello there. I would like to welcome you to another edition of 30 Minutes with Ron. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to be continuing a series about hypnotism, and we're going to be working from an A to Z list. And the person who's going to be doing that is the person over here, Joann Dunsing. Welcome back.
Good morning. Thank you.
We'll have fun.
Yes, we will. We always do.
Of course. If it ain't fun, don't do it. No. Well then, to start the fun, what letter would you like to start with on your list?
So I'm just going to go to where we left off.
All right. Makes sense.
Yes. So P for panic attacks. Many people know a panic attack is a sudden surge of overwhelming anxiety, and it triggers intense physical reactions, such as a racing heart, shortness of breath, dizziness, trembling, and muscle tension. These episodes often arise unexpectedly, so people who suffer from panic attacks are often anxious about when the next one is going to happen. Yeah.
So what starts it?
Oh, it's very much a physiological thing. The thought might be that somebody's scaring themselves, but no, it's not necessarily the case. It's very much a physiological thing. We get into these different physiologies of calmness. Some people are calm, some people have high anxiety.
Yep.
So sometimes the brain just starts throwing off a message going, hey, like you haven't panicked in a while, so here we go, bam. And it's like, really, why is that necessary? But anyways, that's not my area of expertise. My area of expertise, of course, is to help somebody to better deal with that, to change their perspective. How are they seeing it? How are they relating with it? So how do we do that? So, calming techniques. Hypnosis, of course, retraining the brain in a variety of ways. So just do this, Ron. Just doing this, right, just do. So you're just, and then go all the way down, Ron, all the way down, right off your fingertips. And then again, up near the shoulders and down off of the fingertips. And one more time. It's called havening.
Havening?
Havening.
Who gave it that name?
You know, I should know, but I really don't.
Probably somebody whose name was Haven.
You know,
Yeah.
Or maybe from the word heaven. Havening can make us feel heavenly. So teaching someone to do that to calm their system from a panic attack prior to or to prevent, just calming the body. That's just one simple technique.
Interesting.
Very, very, very. And then Q. I know you have something to say about this.
Q. Oh, well,
with
probably.
your irrevocable thing. Q.
Okay.
Quit whatever is disrupting their life from the quality they know they can have. For instance, a female client contacted me. She lived down the Cape, and she had a problem with swearing. She was doing this excessive swearing thing and scaring her little dog. Her little dog no longer wanted to be around her. Her little dog would go upstairs, and then if she went upstairs, her little dog would go downstairs. And she said, I feel terrible. My dog doesn't want to be around me. I said, well, I wouldn't want to be around you either if you were excessively swearing and yelling. So not only did we get her first session to calm that thing down, but her dog started trusting her again and came around.
Nice.
So we created a new habit for her, that of her kind of taking a deep breath and kind of getting back in check with herself.
Right.
Just, woo, my voice is high, I'm swearing, I'm yelling, my dog is not present. So in that new habit,
Yes.
your irrevocable, what do you call it thing?
Well, it's either irrevocable or irrevocable, or maybe both. It's the irrevocable decision. And in my life, I have a philosophy called OPAO, only positivity in and out. And when I tell people I don't allow anger, I'm happy all the time, I make that decision consciously, they say, well, how do you just make a decision like that? And for a while, it was hard for me to explain how that could possibly work. But then I realized that I have made some irrevocable decisions in my life, like I will not stick my hand in a pot of boiling water. That's not going to change, ever. And I made that decision, and I'm able to keep it. Same like I will not drive a car at 60 miles an hour into a stone wall. That's not going to change either. So if I can make that kind of a decision, I now have that in my repertoire of being able to make that type of a decision. So you just make kind of a decision that you're going to be happy and you're not going to be angry, and all the things that you want to be, you can be or
There
not
you
be.
go. And then you never change that decision.
Right. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's what makes it your
OPAO?
No.
No. Oh, irrevocable decision.
There we
Yes.
go. Irrevocable.
I missed a cue there.
R. Relax more, stress less. Well, you're already calm. So, the average person, right? So, relax can mean many different. Oops, just touched my mic. Our man's gonna have to edit that out.
Oh, well, it might be fun just to keep in. You never know.
R. Relax more, stress less. Relax can mean many different things to many different people. For some, it may be sitting down reading. For others, it may be doing something physical or fun like a sport. For others, it may mean to stop, knee-jerk reacting to life, taking a breath in, taking a step back, and just being. Relaxing is different ways, different people. So in my work, when somebody needs to relax more, it's getting them to take that deep breath in, kind of ground themselves, slow it all down. What do you do for relaxing?
I'm always relaxed. I can't help being relaxed.
See there?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's good. All
Works
right,
for
so
me.
good for you. So moving on here, Ron.
Right along, yes.
T for test taking. I have a special program for this. Let's say I have a client by the name of Ken. He was going to UB, University of Bridgeport, to become a chiropractor, and he was having a difficult time with testing in school. He'd been out of school for a number of years. So we worked really hard in sessions. It was more of this than I really like there to be in sessions, but we had a really big task.
Right.
So we worked hard in sessions, and he did pass all of his testing, and he is a doctor of chiropractic practicing in Bridgeport.
Nice.
Yes, test taking. I've had a few high school students come to me with that. Sometimes people like this man have to pass a licensing test. Oh yeah, I also had a young guy come to me. He wanted to be a CPA. And he finally did pass, but he was one of those guys who it was like, I mean, his father bought him this really great program. His father sent him to me, and it was just like, this kid was just going to do it when he did it. You know, he had all the tools and whatnot. I don't know, was it 8 tries before he got it? But he got it.
Right.
So the perseverance factor, and that is a quality of high achievers. Or could we just say achievers?
Well, I think goal setting is one of the characteristics of achievers. And in my world, here in Ronnie World, I set a bunch of different kinds of goals. I set daily goals, I set long-term goals, and I even set impossible goals. And I think the impossible goals are the fun ones, because I know I'll never achieve them, but I'm glad that they're there. Like to win a Nobel Peace Prize, for example. I will never win a Nobel Peace Prize. Fortunately, I don't care, but I like having that goal up there. Winning an Oscar, winning an Emmy. I like those. I'd love to have those. I'll never have them, but I don't care. It's the goal that's up there.
So what is it about the goal that makes you want to have this impossible list?
I don't know. I just think they're fun.
I know.
Uh-oh. Here it comes.
know.
Here it comes.
I know.
All right, what is it?
Because when you think about that, you feel good. When you think about that, you get dumped with all the feel-good hormones, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin. And you know, that's exactly what we need to become a little more mindful of, with more and more darkness coming in because of the change in time, because of the change in season, because many people are affected, their brain is affected by not having as much light.
Right.
So creating these images, creating these wonderful stories that make the brain dump the feel-good hormones.
Huh. I think I have a lot of those almost all the time. I know that's really tough to get to, but that's how I feel.
But it's the way that you live your life. It's the stories that you tell yourself. And those visuals that you keep up there. How can you not laugh as you see yourself accepting an Oscar?
Yeah.
Oh, you are funny. You don't have this problem. Undervaluing themselves. Low self-esteem from childhood, beat down self-esteem from life experiences. Undervaluing themselves. You have such high esteem, such a value that you play around with getting a Nobel Peace Prize.
Sure. Well, I had the opposite of that in 4th grade. That's when my 4th grade I was in a combined class of 4th and 5th graders, and I was a little puny 4th grader, kind of the puniest of both classes, got picked on. And I think the teacher said, this is going to be fun, I'll pick on him. So sometimes she'd call me up in front of the class and insult me and say, Ron doesn't know how to do this, and Ron doesn't know how to do that. And I'd go home crying every afternoon. So halfway through the year, I said, I'm not going to let that happen. So I built a shield, and the shield allows me to have no problem with anybody trying to do anything to me that's negative. So that's part of what happens with the OPAO. I have a shield, it makes me who I am, and nobody gets through.
But love can come through.
Oh yes, well that's one that I want in there all the time. Yes.
All the goodness can come through.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So it's like a healthy boundary. Oh. Yeah, when I first learned about healthy boundaries, the late 90s I think it was, I would put myself in this beautiful Christmas ornament. I don't even own one like it. It's the kind that has the pointy thing at the top, the pointy thing at the bottom. And shield, healthy boundary, keeping that stuff out and allowing the love to come in. So there I would be in that Christmas ornament. I get the biggest kick out of it.
Nice.
And then what happens is we're smiling. We're getting filled with the feel-good hormones as that person is trying to do their nasty. And how sad for them that they are such a sad soul that they would act that way. But how wonderful for us that we've learned about healthy boundaries, about shields, about bubbles.
Yep.
My son has said more than once to people, she has a pink bubble.
Who knew?
I'm like, oh, I thought it was just a Christmas ornament, but it's a pink bubble. Vaping, V for vaping, let's call him Larry. He was in his 40s, very early 40s. His wife always hated his vaping, but it had become a real source of contention when she got pregnant. So he began hiding and lying about it, which created even more contention. He stopped vaping his first session. Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Success.
Oh, incredible. And in his second session, he began telling me how very good he felt about himself. His self-esteem had gone up. How very good he felt about himself and how much more motivated to do things around the house he was. His wife, he said, was surprisingly supportive and believed him.
Huh.
And interestingly enough, because of his low self-esteem, he felt that he didn't deserve her to believe in him.
Wow.
And it was like, come on, dude, you're doing it. It's okay for her to believe in you.
Right.
She's trusting you because you're trustworthy. You're no longer sneaking around. So he had a baby room to prepare.
Ah.
So he started painting and doing all those wonderful baby prepping things.
Yep.
And he just was feeling better and better about himself, had more and more energy. Because just like you with your impossible list, it makes you feel better. When we feel better, we do better.
Yep. And there's another fun thing to throw into the mix. I look upon every day as a play. And so there's a setting, like we're in a play right now.
Yes.
So this is a setting, and you're a main character and I'm a main character, and we're having our talk, and we're in the play, and the audience is watching. We don't know that they're watching, but we're hoping that they're watching. But every day is a play, and your entire life is a series of plays that are like what we're doing. It's fun that way.
Yeah. And how much control does one have over the outcome of their plays?
It depends on if you really care. Like in my case, it's okay if it doesn't go the way I want it to go, because OPAO, all right, I'm still going to be happy, you know, whatever happens, happens.
And isn't that real life? It often doesn't go the way we think it should go.
Right.
And then when we get all those shoulds, then we suffer, because life just isn't going the way that we want it to go. We're in resistance as opposed to flow. Oh, well, that's the outcome. Oh, well.
Well, there's a song kind of like that. Don't should on me and I won't should on you.
That's a song?
That's a song, yeah. David Roth, I think, is the guy who wrote it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I'll have to look it up. YouTube?
He's on there, yeah. It's not, I think there's a famous David Roth, and he's like less than famous.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
It's cool.
Well, you do say a lot of things that I find to be interesting, and I do check them out, and I just
Gee,
marvel.
I try. I'm very trying, yeah. People tell me that all the time.
Oh, Ron, you crack me up.
My looks crack up most people.
Oh, no. I don't think you're that odd looking.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's just me.
I'll forgive me.
Two quirky people. You know. W. Oh my gosh, is this really my last letter here? W, weight loss. In my office, weight loss begins mentally, then emotionally, then physically. In my work, we create an eating lifestyle that's just right for each individual.
Mm-hmm.
So an eating lifestyle that's just right for each individual. You know, we all have different body types. Our body responds differently to different things. So some people do well with the intermittent fasting, some people don't. Some people do well with a higher protein, some people do better with all vegetables.
Yep.
And then it's about their history. Where have they had success? Some people have had a lot of success with certain programs that are on an app because they like to write down everything, they like to keep track of everything, and then their steps are worked in. So even when they're going up and down stairs at home doing their regular things, they're excited because that's calculating their movement, how many calories they are burning. Some people know that you've got to stop eating at a certain time at night. Many of my clients, when they first come to me for weight loss, tell me that, you know, nighttime is when they have a hard time. Like, I'm good all day, Joann, but nighttime I have a really hard time. I'm like, so tell me about your daytime. Well, I don't eat breakfast, and then I don't eat lunch.
That doesn't help, no.
Right. And then I begin to pick as I'm preparing dinner, and then I eat dinner, and I'm like, right, so you're breaking the fast, breakfast, breaking the fast at what, 5 or so in the afternoon. And then you're waking up your metabolism. So yeah, your metabolism, your body is needing more nutrition, yada, yada, yada. So the eating lifestyle that's just right for you. For somebody like that, you've got to get them eating more. Like,
that seems counterintuitive.
Right? Yeah, because it's about how the body works. So getting them eating more, so they're waking up their body, they're breaking the fast from sleep, getting that metabolism going, bringing in nourishment, always being sure that your water intake is just right for you, because a well-hydrated brain functions optimally, a well-hydrated body functions optimally. And I love that, because it's like, I can get energy from my water. Yeah, because of the oxygen thing that takes place. So weight loss, it begins mentally, then emotionally, then physically. Mentally, oh, I have to do this, I have to lose weight, my doctor said blah, 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 blah. Emotionally, well, I don't want to do it. Eyes closed, relaxed in the recliner.
That's nice, yes.
Taking them through their day, where they see themselves waking up in the morning, first thing, drinking some water. You know, I love hot water, so I've got the kettle going on and off all day. So whether it be warm or cold, room temperature, first thing in the morning, getting that water going, allowing our body to move those toxins that our magnificent organs dumped into our bloodstream throughout the night as they regenerated and did all that jazz. Right, and then some breakfast, getting some protein going, and lunch, and then possibly another snack in the afternoon, but again, more of a protein snack as opposed to a carb or sugar snack, and their dinner, seeing themselves. Now, of course, I've worked in all of what they told me works for them, what kind of foods they like, what times are appropriate for their lifestyle, and They come out of the hypnosis, and suddenly it's a possibility because their impossible list became a possibility because they saw it, they felt it, they experienced it. Every part of their being responded to that in hypnosis. So it's all hypnosis.
Cool. And speaking of W, because you just did, I enjoy the letter W more than any other letter. I love the whole alphabet. I do A to Z list and all this good stuff with alphabets. But the letter W is the best of all the letters, in my mind, because it's the only one that's more than one syllable. See, I know this. I've checked this very, very carefully. And it's the only one that reminds me of a butterfly. I am a butterfly enthusiast. I used to collect butterflies, now I just raise them, and I belong to the Connecticut Butterfly, so all this butterfly stuff. When I look at W, I see butterflies. It makes me even happier than I am.
Okay, so when you look at W, is it right side up? Is it sideways? Is it upside down? How do you see butterflies in W?
Well, when you're a butterfly, you have wings like this. And so you have the W right side up.
Oh, I see the W.
Yeah.
I see the W.
Yeah.
So you raise butterflies.
Yes.
What do you do with them?
Well, I let them go. I used to be a collector. As a matter of fact, I was a very strange butterfly collector. I would not use a butterfly net because I didn't think it was fair to the butterfly. I always wanted to be fair to the butterflies. So I would catch them by hand. Or I would find them as a caterpillar and raise them and then have a butterfly that's right in front of me.
How do you catch a butterfly by hand?
Well, there are times when they're on a flower that they close their wings and you sneak up on them and you pinch the wings like this.
So their eyes, are their eyes going forward?
Yes, I think they have more than just visual in one direction. I think they might be able to see you approaching, but I'm not sure because I've never been a butterfly. But I haven't read any reports about it either. But I was usually able to get a good couple of butterflies just using that method. Or I'd use a jar and I would enclose it rather than the net, which is, to me, it wasn't fair. I even played with bees. When I was a kid, I was the neighborhood entertainer, and I was able to catch, I'd take a little Skippy jar, I was able to catch 20 or 30 bees in the jar at once. And then I would call all my audience around and they say, how would you like to see me have these guys escape next to my face? And they go, whoa, he's crazy. Well, they knew that to begin with. So they'd gather around and I'd get ready with it. And I'd put it next to my face. Now the bees aren't going to do anything to me because they want to get the heck out of there. So the kids aren't knowing that. So all the bees would take off in a flock of bees. There's a concept. And I would be someone that the kids would go, wow, he must be brave, when it had nothing to do with bravery.
There you go.
Things you can learn watching this show. You never expected to know about that.
Well, what kind of bees were they?
Honeybees.
Right. Because wasps are not quite so
That's true.
pleasant. I got stung by way too many wasps in my lifetime as a child. In our yard, and then as a kid we went camping. So my mother had MS. So my father said that the doctor told him that he had to keep her busy. So my father came up with this idea of camping. Boy, was she busy. Whew. I was like, oh boy. So anyway, she was very busy because you had to pack everything and then you had to, anyways, you know, camping is a lot. But this particular place that we camped at in Connecticut had a lot of wasps. And they would be like, Joann is here. And they would all come to me and sting me.
Well, there's a little bit of a difference between wasps and bees that accounts for that. Bees feed their children, their offspring, they don't have children, that from the bee honey that they make. And so they feed that to their larvae. Wasps feed them meat. So they go out and kill caterpillars and they chop them up and they feed that to their young, their larvae. So there's a difference.
What is the purpose of a wasp sticking its stinger in me?
Maybe they think it's fun. Maybe they think they're under attack, so they have to sting this big thing.
Do they die after they leave their stinger in a human?
I don't think so. I think a bee will, because a part of their body comes out with the stinger, And so they don't have enough left of inside their insides there that it's not good for them. They die. But wasps can sting repeatedly.
Oof. Oh, because I had stingers left in me.
From
so
a
then
wasp?
another one, yeah, then another one would just shazam, come up.
I've never heard that.
Oh my gosh,
You must have had special wasp where you camp.
Oh, it was horrible. And they were at our home in Huntington as well.
Well, you were lucky. You survived.
I was lucky I didn't have an allergy to them.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Oh my
that's
goodness.
a scary allergy. Yeah.
Bees in a jar. Did you catch fireflies in a jar?
Occasionally, yep.
We used to
But
do
everybody
that.
did that.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I actually did catch any. I probably didn't. Somebody probably caught them and passed me the jar, not knowing me. I probably said, no, you hold it, I'll just watch.
Just watch them. Well, I like to be kind to animals and insects, much kinder than I used to be as a kid. Some of my friends would catch a firefly and scrape it and crush it on their pants so that their pants would glow. It's not nice. Actually, I know what it does that. It's a luciferase. That's some kind of an enzyme that allows these chemicals to get together and make that glowing, beautiful light.
But it goes on and off. Why does it go on and
I
off?
guess they're able to control the flow of whatever chemicals come together to make it happen. But
you think
luciferase is in there.
Do you think it's like our dopamine? Like we think of a good thing, we get dopamine, so they're like, I want to line up, so I think of a good thing.
If only. I don't think so. Now we're having so much fun that we don't even know what time it is, but there's a clock off in that direction there. It's telling me that we have to get the heck out of here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to 30 Minutes with Ron. I'm that Ron. I think I forgot to say at the beginning that my name is Ron Gagliardi. Don't tell anybody. Shh. Farewell. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for appearing.
Well, thank you for having me again.
We had fun.
We had fun.
I
We
hope some
always
audience
have
members
fun.
had fun too.
Yes, yes,
All
yes.
right.